It is the time you have been waiting for, my gorgeous Erini, indeed. Because the 21st of June 2020 is about to bring you an important message, an important news. It's going to arrive. It's going to become the part of your dimension. And it's just so important to you because on one hand, it's something that you have been waiting for. On another hand, you're about to find out something really important because your eyes are going to be open, like really wide. And that in itself, it's also at the same time going to make you realize that this is all about your own advancement. The 21st of June, 2020, it's about to bring you not only good news, but this is just such an important moment in time. And it's an important stage as well, because the 21st of June, you can imagine it's like the whole new dimension that you are about to enter, my gorgeous Erini. Indeed, it's not only about the 21st of June, of course. It's to do with the very much so with the start of June. It's going to be remarkable for you. But in particular, the 21st of June is just going to be absolutely amazing. And it's to do with personally what you have been waiting for in order to advance yourself in all sorts of ways, in all sorts of levels. And it's bringing you the whole new perspective. It's to do with your advancement, but at the same time, it's to do with your desires. And it's also very important when it comes to the certain abilities that you are about to recognize. This is about the abilities that you are going to recognize about yourselves that are most certainly going to require from you, my babies, to take this on the whole new level, on the whole next level. This is very important because it's to do with who you are, what you want to be, what your job is on this earth. Every single one of us have got something to do on this earth. Every single one of us have got like a certain job, and it depends, on our spiritual journey. It depends on our karma. It depends on who we are. What would we like to achieve in life? It's a very complex situation, but most certainly it's just so positive, and it's very important because it's almost immediately going to refresh you. It's immediately going to re-energize you. It's immediately going to bring you this initiative that is going to be absolutely wonderful. This initiative, it's very important. When I say this initiative, this is all to do with like the new perspective. At the same time, with initiative, it's also going to re-energize you, and it's going to have such a super healing effect on you in many different ways. And this is when I say this initiative, it's also going to become an important moment in time when you're going to feel energy that you didn't feel in a long time. And this is very important because at the same time you are going to start feeling very re-energized, and it's at the same time this is going to start the sudden progress, the sudden progress of a very stale time in your life, of the time that was causing also a bit of a chaos and confusion. So now this is going to have such an amazing and important flip-flop spiritual moment, which is going to in turn into a rather victorious moment in time, because karmically you are reaching an important stage. You worked on your karma a lot, when it comes to things that you have been doing, within the first 6 months. So now, as we are at the same time, my gorgeous Erin is entering the second stage, second part of this year 2020, things that have been very slow within the first 6 months, things that have been really negative and uncertain, now they're going to have a really important reflection that you are going to have, which is going to start from June, and really more importantly, my babies, from the 21st of June in particular onwards towards the end of the year 2020, a lot is going to start unfolding. So that's why this is such an important moment in time. I can't even express how significant the 21st of June for you is going to be. So it's to do with the abilities that you're going to recognize, and you're going to need to take this on the whole next level. And there is some kind of process that you are going to start. It's going to be remarkable. It's going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be very significant, because you may not even start physically, but it's all about the process that you're going to begin in your mind. And that process is again going to start creating this energy that is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. And therefore, my baby, babies. Exactly, exactly 6 months later, something miraculous is going to happen when it comes to your own advancement, when it comes to that particular idea, when it comes to that particular spiritual seed that you planted. And it's going to be very important because you're going to feel really great about yourself. You're going to feel really good about yourself, but most certainly you see how complex and how powerful and how deep June is actually going to be. So 6 months later, so basically it's the actual December 2020 when you are going to have a remarkable moment in time, because a lot is going to start changing, a lot is going to start happening, a lot is going to start unfolding. So oh my Lord, it's going to be absolutely remarkable. But it's connected to this time of the year right now. Okay, the 21st of June is just about the actual movement, progress, you are going to find yourself in a situation when you're going to make an important decision like really quickly. But how is this going to happen? When you also get an important message, an important information, it's going to confirm something mind-blowing to you, and that in itself is going to help you to make this important progress, to make this to keep going and just basically to make this important progress, because it's about this particular information message that you're going to receive, that you're going to get, and it's most certainly to do with a certain truth as well at the same time. It is very important to be as honest as you possibly can, my gorgeous Aries, and this is just a stage in between the 21st of June and at the end of that month, my gorgeous Aries. You will be tested, and you just need to remember to be as open you possibly can when it comes to speaking truth. I'm not saying that you're not speaking truth or anything like that. Please don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that you're going to come across the situation when you're going to talk to someone and something is going to kind of hold you down in such a way as if you're going to feel like maybe uncomfortable to speak the truth. It's going to be in that particular way. It's going to make you feel uncomfortable to say what you really mean. And it's very important to express yourself and say exactly what you mean, because there is something else remarkable and enlightening that is actually going to come out of that situation. Not only this is going to start a process and cycle in itself, but also at the same time you will know that a new start is coming. So this is all going to be pretty much connected, in particular when it comes to your own personal security, because June is just so important for you, my gorgeous Aries. Probably most certainly when it comes to the whole year, June is also absolutely remarkable months when it comes to you, because you will realize, you will see what I mean. It's just all about you basically being able to project your energy, be as optimistic as you possibly can, because people will be able to feel your energy quite strongly, not only when it comes to your mind and projection, but when it comes to things in general. Sometimes our energy is so strong that we can just sit down, we can be surrounded by the people, and if we feel low, everybody can feel it like so much. And this is this enhancement of energy that I'm talking about. Very important, very significant, and I really like it, the way this month is going to be. Okay? My name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium. And this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Aries, and it's for June 2020. So it's for you, my gorgeous Aries, and it's for June 2020. And of course, that your number is numbered 110. 110 is a very powerful number. It's a very solid number at the same time. When I say 110 is your number, it is to do with the actual numerology, which means that this is so much so to do with an important moment that you are going to have when it comes to your past, when it comes to things that you used to do, when it comes to things that you used to enjoy. This is nothing unusual, because the vibration of this month is going to be very important, very powerful, and very well balanced, which is also going to regenerate you in many different ways, and that is going to help you to connect to yourself on a very deep level. And that, on another hand, is going to put you in touch, in connection, in touch with the energy like from the past. But it's very important because there are three things in particular that are going to be very significant. Three things in particular are going to be on your mind from your past throughout this month. These three things in particular you're going to need to pay attention to, because also at the same time, all three of them are not only going to be important for you to start doing and paying attention to, but these three things are also going to be directly responsible in order for you to know which ways to go when you find yourself in a confused situations, you know, throughout the months. Three different things are also going to be able to provide you with an insight there where you're not too sure what you would do or which step to go or which way to go. In particular, when you need a little bit of reassurance or security. This month also, this number also in numerology means when it comes to you, my gorgeous Aries, you are reaching an important stage. I do have to say this, it's very important to say that, you know, the luck is going to be on your side when it comes to negotiations, when it comes to starting new things, when it comes to beginning new things, when it comes to talking to people that are making you feel like a little bit nervous, but also in particular when it comes to the actual applying for the jobs and things like that, you know, starting the new opportunities. You know, if you're retired, you know, if you're not applying for the jobs, of course, then it's just all about you opening yourself up, you know, and you kind of going with a new process, because it's all about the new beginning and a new process that is going to take over at the same time. I highly feel, my gorgeous Aries, for you to also get something like a black onyx. Look at this baby here. It's absolutely gorgeous. Black onyx is one of my favorite crystals because it's got a whole thing about it. It's very powerful. Look how beautiful it is. It's very powerful. It's very significant when it comes to grounding, when it comes to protection, when it comes to enhancement, when it comes to like a new perspective in our lives, and then we are uncertain, when we need that little bit of like a Vavumish energy, when we need a little bit of courage, when we are surrounded also by like a weird people, you know, this is brilliant. When we are surrounded by the people that are draining our energy, this is brilliant. You see, when we are kind of, when we lose our balance, and then it affects our way of thinking, in particular when it comes to our expression. And this is very often when we deal with energy vampires or people who are draining our energy. You know, it's important because I really feel that on one hand, you know, you're going to go through quite a lot this month, lots of opportunities. It's going to surprise you. Indeed, you just need to stay open-minded. But in particular, I really think that this is something that you're really going to benefit from, black onyx, indeed, because it's going to protect your energy, it's going to ground you, but on another hand, it's also going to guide you when it comes to your spiritual evolvement, indeed, because this month, this is all about your spiritual evolvement, which is, on one hand, you open yourself a lot so you can receive so much, you know, and you surprise yourself what you feel connected to, attracted to, you know, but then at the same time, you know, that just makes you just a little bit tiny, a little bit vulnerable at the same time. So this is why black onyx is like a must for June and July. This comes with the sterling silver setting in the sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. And by buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Aries, you're also supporting my channel as well. Okay, what I was going to say, yeah, this month, it's all about the actual prosperity. It's all about having that particular security, safety, an important safety. Just remember that, an important safety. This is all about the actual reward from a very difficult stage, but in particular reward when it comes to the reflection on the last 11 months. What was happening within the last 11 months? What was worrying you? What was bringing you down? Now this is going to be the wonderful reflection at the same time. Something important is going to happen like within your family, but good, you know, or within the people that are very important to you, and your input is going to be so much needed, because at the same time, that is going to bring a remarkable, mind-blowing insight. You're going to realize something out of that situation yourself, but your family or people really dear to you as well are going to benefit from that process, because you are going to be having this very powerful and important information. Karmically, you will benefit from this so much, and karmically, your family is going to benefit, or the people really dear to you, like your best friends, you know, like they're like a family members, you know, they're going to benefit from this as well. On another hand, what else it's going to be, this number in numerology also means, you know, you're reaching the stage of the actual joy. You're reaching the stage also, you know, important stage when it comes to fertility, you know. So if you're into fertility and things like that, you know, this is going to be quite fertile time, you know, fertility. But on another hand, you know, it's so important to say this, that it's just about the actual, you know, this is about the future planning, about the dark cloud, which is about to be shifted. And this is important. It's about the dark cloud, which is about to be shifted, but that dark cloud is at the same time going to provide you a path and perspective about a future before the end of the month that you didn't have before. And that is connected about the opportunities ahead. Important opportunities ahead, my gorgeous Aries, okay? And you're gonna feel good, you're gonna be proud, feel proud of yourself, and you are going to make a mature, you're gonna feel so powerful, like in a mature and powerful way, like a mature spirit, strong spirit, powerful spirit, and that is going to help you, and that is going to guide you in the way. There's a very, very mature decision you're going to make, very powerful decision. It's so much so to do with the bravery and capacity that you're going to feel at the same time, and that in itself is just gonna really put you in touch with a certain person, and that person is just also kind of like gonna tell you something this month, and this is to do with like some kind of offer, some kind of beginning of the process at the same time. And just so important to say that you will love this, because it is a little bit of maybe like a, oh, you're gonna feel like a little bit, oh my god, no, uncertain, but it's gonna do so well, it's gonna work so well for you, because this is all about you, and it's about your destiny, fortune, and absolutely mind-blowing outcome that you are going to have. So first of all, it's gonna be the challenging situation, but this is not really planned. This is gonna surprise you in many different ways, but most certainly you're gonna find yourself on an advanced level for the better after the culmination. You know, it's an important conclusion going to start, and that conclusion that you're going to have, really, it's almost immediately going to help you to realize that you're approaching the end of the problem, you know, the end of the annoying problem that was slowing you down, and that was creating lots of like unsatisfied desire, struggle, uncertainty, you know, and it was messing up with your situation when it comes to your direction and the future planning. This is most certainly going to be very beneficial for you, and at the same time you're gonna realize that, you know, not that long ago you made a quite significant decision, and maybe someone very close to you wasn't kind of like wasn't agreeing with you or whatever, but most certainly it's gonna work out like you were absolutely right. So something is going to be proven to you at the same time, but you will also realize that you escaped like kind of like a dangerous little situation as well. So you're going to see how clever you are, how powerful you are, how smart you are, and this is nothing unusual, because this is all about you and building yourself, and this new perspective that is also on another hand going to provide you the whole new dimension, and that in itself, it's also pretty much going to make you very creative, and that just kind of brings all these things up, you know, that are like so much so to do with the things that you were patient about, and also things that were making you nervous. So this is all about this important unfoldment indeed. When it comes to your health, my gorgeous Aries, you know, it's just very important to say that you are going to need something like organic chlorella. Organic chlorella is absolutely remarkable supplement. It needs to be without any rubbish ingredients, or without any, and when I say rubbish ingredients, without any chemicals, GMO, or any rubbish like that. It just needs to be like a natural chlorella, as natural as possible, and this is going to help you with your physicality, but this is also going to help you with your own spirituality, because chlorella is absolutely remarkable supplement. It's very good when it comes to boosting our energy, boosting our immune system, but on another hand, it's very good for pineal gland. Pineal gland is an important part of our bodies, ridiculously important when it comes to our spirituality, when it comes to our understanding, when it comes to all sorts of dimensions that we find ourselves being part of, but also understanding this at the same time through our own third psychic eye. So organic chlorella is something that I highly recommend, alongside something to boost your immune system. I'm sorry, I know I said this millions of times, my gorgeous Aries, but you're going to need something to boost your immune system. So it's organic acerola cherry powder. 1 glass of water, 1 teaspoon in the morning, mix it and drink it, and then 1 teaspoon in the evening, mix it and drink it, and twice a day. Organic castor oil, cherry powder. This is going to increase your vitamin C levels, important, and that is going to boost your immune system, alongside natural zinc and alongside vitamin D. Very important. Calcium and vitamin D, if you can take at the same time, because calcium and vitamin D are both good. Calcium is going to help you for your bones, sensitive bones, and vitamin D is going to help you for sensitive bones and to boost your immune system as well. Very important. On another hand, just also make sure that you're using deodorant. I said this before, without aluminium, because aluminium is just going to kind of make you feel a little bit more sensitive this month. But in general, if you could use like deodorant without aluminium, would be much better for your health. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, or you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So now, my gorgeous Aries, the very first date that is going to be quite important for you, it's actually going to be, of course, the date, the 1st of June, the very 1st of June. I told you, it's going to bring you like a really interesting energy, which is almost immediately going to start motivate you from the beginning of June. You're going to find yourself already start thinking about things that you didn't think about a long time, you know, and also you're going to realize how powerful you are. And that in itself, it's going to start a process, you know, some kind of problem, it's going to come up, and that problem on the 1st and the 2nd of June are going to start the process of unfoldment. It's important because this is going to be connected to the new beginning in many ways, you know, and it's to do with the self-denial, you know, it's to do with the self-denial, and that is important to understand, because exactly 26 days later, you know, exactly 26 days later after the 1st of June, you are actually going to have an important progress, which is also at the same time going to be confirmed to you by someone very important in your life, but somebody who is like really inspiring you, somebody who inspires you in so many different ways. And that, on another hand, it's also going to speed up the progress and the process that was very slow for a while. The 1st of June is going to bring you the beautiful breath of fresh energy, and that in itself is also going to be very important when it comes to the motivation in general. You know, it's significant because it's all about the accomplishment. You will hear and you will become aware beautifully about a certain accomplishment of yours, and that is going to bring you lots of beautiful joy and positive energy in general, but also an important relationship. Someone is going to return into your life. When I say relationship, I don't mean old boyfriend or old girlfriend or anything like that. No, baby, no. When I say an important relationship, an important old relationship, it's somebody in your life, like a friend or a family member, okay, that it's about to return into your life, and they will have an important information, an important message for you as well at the same time, you see. And that is to do with the actual, with the uncertain stage, you know, something that you were unsure about what you're going to do next. And that person is going to play an important role about this as well at the same time. Why I like completely the 1st of June is just, it's almost, you know, it's amazing. It's not only about the 1st of June, like the beginning of the month, but for you, my gorgeous Aries, that is just going to become the beginning of the whole adventure when it comes to the actual enthusiasm. And that is also just immediately gonna create this new starting point when it comes to the actual initiative. You know, you will realize, oh my God, unlimited possibilities, something new option with unlimited possibilities. It's just gonna make you feel so good, and it's also gonna kind of open your eyes, and it's gonna re-energize you in so many different ways, because on one hand it's almost gonna give you a reason to celebrate, but on another hand this is all about the focus and the clear perspective that you're going to have at around the things that were kind of like slowing you down a little bit, because this is all about the new harmony coming in at exactly the same time. The second date, my gorgeous Aries, it's going to be on the 13th of June. Now the 13th of June, I really like it because it's at the same time going to bring you a surprise, a little surprise. And this is going to be a good surprise because also at the same time, you're going to find out something about yourself as well, which is going to answer your question. And this question is very important and it's been kind of bothering you and on your mind since quite a while now. Also, number 13th of June, it's going to bring you big change. You know, it comes about the containment and the nervousness, uncertainty, and maybe a little bit of anxious feeling. It's going to come to an end, and it's wonderful, it's beautiful, it's amazing, because it's going to allow you to kind of progress yourself in a certain way and focus on things around you. It's all about the big change when it comes to your home, when it comes to your happiness, when it comes to your pleasure, peace, containment, you know, and it's most certainly you will reflect on things around you. The 13th of June, it's also going to be perfect if you want to make a certain changes around your home, like in particular when it comes to spirituality, if you like little crystals or little candles or little plants and things like that, whatever it's spiritual and it makes you feel good, you know, that you can bring into your home. When it comes to this energy, the 13th of June would be absolutely brilliant. On another hand, the 13th of June is also going to be important when it comes to the actual apprenticeship, you know, and ability to learn things really quickly. And that on another hand is significant time for you to understand whatever attracts you on that day, whatever you want to read up about, whatever you want to learn about. It's very important because it's going to carry on a very special message for you later on, because it's the beginning of a quite significant stage that is going to take an additional few months to unfold, but it's most certainly going to be connected to your spiritual journey, in particular when it comes to your spiritual evolvement. So this is a very, very strong moment in time. And on another hand, you know, what you have been putting in when it comes to your personal effort, you know, and the things that you have been committed to when it comes to the committed to the task at hand, you're going to have a wonderful, wonderful success. What you have been doing and what you have been paying attention to, what you have been working on in the last 8 months in particular, you are going to have such an amazing moment in time here, my gorgeous Aries. It's the 13th of June, 14th of June that are going to be very powerful when it comes to the actual success, safety, material attainment. You're going to find yourself in a powerful advanced stage, you know. It's about the advantage, you know, abundance, you know. It's about a good health as well for those of you who had like a long ailments that you didn't feel any improvements, in particular when it comes to tiredness or feeling drained and and things like that. So now here you're going to have a very good news, very good realization when it comes to your health, and this is all about a very important time when it comes to victory, in particular when it comes to difficulties, things that are making your life difficult, you know, in particular when it comes to this, some kind of like a distraction, some kind of degradation, some kind of uncertainty, some kind of maybe like an uncertain outlook that was like kind of creating lots of negativity around you. So most certainly this is an important moment in time when it comes to that chaotic, you know, chaos and confusion that just kind of left you in an uncertain dimension, you know. That is just going to have such a nice flip-flop moment, and it's going to become a rather victorious moment in time, my gorgeous Aries. Very, very important. Look at this. An opportunity, absolutely remarkable, an opportunity. The 13th and 14th of June are going to bring you a quite significant opportunity. Look at this. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, so now the third important date, my gorgeous Aries, is going to be on the 29th of June. Now the 29th of June, it's going to bring you a very important moment of growth, you know, when it comes to your hard work, when it comes to your progress, but also very important dealings. Oh Lord, very important dealing, very successful dealings that you are going to have. So if you need to negotiate, if you need to start some kind of important process, if you need to start something really significant to you, like some kind of signature, sign something, you know, the 29th of June is going to be like absolutely remarkable. remarkable indeed, because what you're gonna do, you're gonna work with this powerful energy, with this powerful vibration of not only enhancement, but also of all sorts of opportunities that are going to be attached itself to this situation at the same time, because this is about the successful dealings, but it's giving you the opportunity to actually go for it on this particular day. And it's to do with money, security, and also it's going to be about the results of efforts that are nearly due, but it's going to require a little reorganization from yourself at the same time, which means that there's some kind of abandonment is going to start happening here when it comes to this like the actual certain adjustment. And this is nothing unusual, but this is all about the transformation and the clearing away the old to make a way for the new. That, on another hand, it's a wonderful day to get rid of things that you no longer need around you, so you can refresh this energy, which is also going to have a positive effect on you later on. I really like this because you were within the last 78 days. Within the last 78 days, you were very mature and very responsible about a certain task and about a certain patience, persistent. You were persistent. So now this is going to come back on the 29th of June. There will be the situation that you will have, and it's going to require from you to kind of like reflect a bit more. But in particular, it's to do with deep concentration and application. It's to do with the study. It's to do with reflection. Respect for knowledge will be absolutely clear, but also at the same time desire to learn new ideas and things will be absolutely obvious. At the same time, my gorgeous Aries, something like what? It's going to happen, because you are going to hear the news that is going to confirm something to you, and you're going to be like, oh my God, this is amazing, this is incredible, and this is nothing unusual. It all happens at the right time. So you will see this is going to be wonderful confirmation for you, and at the same time this is going to be the beginning of creativity, an important beginning, start of something quite absolutely significant when it comes to your gain, and the beginning of a meaningful experience, which is also going to open your eyes and it's going to refresh your memory when it comes to the certain situation in your life from the past that is going to require something from you to kind of like pay attention to, because you're going to need to do something, change something. It's to do with your past, but it's just still something that is affecting you, that you're going to need to just kind of need to have like a slightly different way, the way you look at it, the way you think about it, and just move on from it as well. It's going to do you the world of good at the same time. What else I was going to say, my gorgeous Aries, is very important that, in meditation, it's going to reveal quite a lot to you this month, and also just pay attention to what is the very first thing on your mind in the morning. At the same time, throughout this month, you will have all sorts of guidance. So it's not only whether you remember the dreams or anything like that, but it's also pay attention to what guidance you have as soon as you open your eyes every single morning. See what guidance I mean by guidance is, like, for example, when you open your eyes and then you have this sign like suddenly it comes to you like, oh, I'm going to wash the carpet, go for it. It's not about washing the carpet, but this comes from somewhere else, and at the same time you're following this path, you're following your own intuition that comes from the deepest essence of your own self, which is on another hand going to provide you with an important message, because you're going along with this particular vibration and dimension that is going to have an important information for you later on. So this is why it's significant to pay attention to and follow what is the very first thing on our mind in the morning. It could be like direction, I'll go and wash the window, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Or it could be like just something comes to you, oh my God, a certain realization as well, that is like a guidance at the same time. Labradorite is remarkable because it helps you to connect, but it also helps you to remember, and it helps you to like single out things that are important as well to pay attention to. Labradorite I would highly suggest to have next to your bed or next to yourself when you're meditating. And if you would like to buy this, the link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Aries, you're also supporting my channel as well. Okay, so now the very first part of June, my gorgeous Aries, it's actually going to be very important. The first week of June, you will have a financial opportunity, and I really like it because it's good, it's something that you wanted, and it's also something that is going to provide you with an important information and realization that something is ending, something that you don't like, something that you don't want, something that no longer serves you anymore, something that was confusing you, and something that was bringing you down is ending. So this is important because it's going to give a reason to celebrate, and it's to do with like a bit of an enslavement situation that you didn't really like. When you find yourself doing something that you don't like, or you're unable to do things that you like, you see. So this is why this is going to be so important, because it's connected to the powerless situation, but also at the same time to the liberation, you see. Very important. And there are two choices that you are going to have. Two important choices are going to require from you to cut something out of your life, and you know, this in itself, it's also going to be connected to your childhood and things that you used to do, but at the same time it's going to provide you with an insight in exactly what you need to do, and it's also going to help you to have you know, control over situation, strength and power in order to move on and make an important decision. By the time we get to the second part of June, you know, where you didn't have a lack of direction, you know, it's going to be very interesting, because that stage and that type and that part of your life that was causing like a lack of direction because of uncertainty, now you will realize it's all about being free, and it's all about having a free spirit in itself. It's going to be an amazing moment in time, because it's all about your spiritual connection, all about you doing things that you want to do the way you want to do them. But on another hand, somebody who is a person of an authority, like an important person of an authority, it's going to have a remarkable information for you, and you will like it, because it's going to put a big smile on your face, and it's also at the same time going to help you with a certain continuation, and you're going to like it. You're going to like it a lot. The mid-June is very important when it comes to apprenticeship. The mid-June, it's also very important when it comes to apprenticeship, but also make sure that you stay committed to the tasks at hand, because a lot is going to be happening, and it's going to kind of like take maybe perhaps your attention. So that's why you just go for it, go along as much as you can without being distracted. You know, it's all about beautiful balance that you are going to have, and also an important information, news. It's so important because it's to do with the conclusion, it's to do with the problem coming to an end, it's to do with a situation that created an obstacle that you couldn't do much about, but it's just basically now it's coming to an end, and it's wonderful because it's also going to provide you with an option that you didn't have before. But most certainly it's going to give it a reason for celebration, and it's going to bring you a beautiful inspiration. At the same time, it's going to re-energize you, and it's going to be wonderful. By the time we get to the last part of June, my gorgeous Aries, this is all about the balance, and it's all about the opportunity that you are going to have a success out of the unfinished business. It's all about this continuation. As I said, it's important to say this is about your progress and an important success. It's also going to really put you so high up above your situation, and you will be able to see yourself and your life from a completely different angle, and that in itself, it's also going to make you realize about a certain illusion, you know, you know. Don't get a kind of swept towards the negative energy, or a negative people who are draining energy, like the energy vampires and things like that. You know, you will realize how powerful you are spiritually, mentally, and how successful you are going to be, because this is going to make you really strong in order to, and really it's going to increase your courage, because you will make an important decision here out of an indecisive situation. And it's important to do this because it's going to lead towards your own enlightenment and vitality. Very, very important moment. You know, the last part of June is so important. Oh my God, Aries, because it's all about your own enlightenment. You know, it's about your spirituality, about your enlightenment, but also most importantly about the remarkable life-changing opportunity that you are going to have at the same time. Someone in your family or someone around you going to have a remarkable news for you, and you're going to like it because you're also going to benefit from this. Like there is no tomorrow. I can see the big, huge, massive smile on your face, my gorgeous Aries. So this is going to be good. This is going to be huge. This is going to be big in many different ways, indeed. And it's all about the justice. The last part of June, it's all about the justice. It's all about this new direction, new dimension. Also, at the same time, it's the proper balance that you're going to have that you didn't have in a while. But also at the same time, when you hear about a certain justice, this is going to put a huge smile on your face. By the same time, there is going to be a remarkable, mind-blowing advice you will have as well. Life-changing, mind-blowing advice at around the end of the month. So when you hear about a certain justice, when you're aware about a certain justice concerning you, at the same time, you will hear a remarkable, mind-blowing, life-changing advice. Okay? So now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, my gorgeous Aries, and you see, this is for those of you that are in relationship. It's really important to say that, you know, your partner is going to have some kind of negative person around them. So I don't like that person. And if your partner can basically just maybe try to not to start a certain processes, like a certain signings or negotiations, you know, if you can do instead, it's fantastic, but it's definitely not for your partner, because there is going to be like a little hidden enemy around your partner. And I don't like it, because this enemy is someone who is like a little bit like a not personal enemy around against your partner, but it's just like basically somebody who's using people, somebody who's lying to people, somebody who's negative to people. So that's why I'm just worried that if your partner is like negotiating and doing something else, just to be a little bit careful. Or if you can do instead, or even better, if they can do it in July rather than June. But in this situation, this is like someone to be like kind of careful about. And also the black onyx that I recommended to you, that could also be for your partner. So if your partner does have to be surrounded by negative people, if your partner doesn't have any other way out of this situation, if your partner has to do what they need to do this month, if they need to negotiate, if they need to start something new, then at least they protect themselves with like a black onyx. It's absolutely brilliant, you know, or something like that. So it can protect their energy, or they can put a little, like a bag of salt, you know, a natural salt in their pocket, so it can kind of protect their energy against this negative vibration. But just to be a little bit careful. On another hand, it is going to be quite good months when it comes to both of you, because you've been waiting for this moment, you know, and it's going to happen at around the end of the month. You've been waiting for this moment. It is just about a certain readjustment that you are going to have, but it boils down to an important decision that you are going to make. Both of you are going to make an important life-changing decision before the end of the month, okay? And it's going to be good for both of you. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, and I will see what is going to happen with those of you that are single and ready to mingy. Okay, it's not going to happen this month. You're not going to see the love of your life this month. You see Two of Swords, because it's even before I took it out, sorry, even before I took it out, I've seen this. You see, it's Two of Swords. Basically, it's very important to say that there are going to be a couple of things that you're going to be wondering about. You know, you will have enough, you will have a perfect balance in order to make an important decision, because there are a couple of things that are really going to be like, oh my God, on your mind. You know, something is going to make you to doubt things. Something is going to make you like quite indecisive. But then at the same time, this is going to be a very important moment in time, because at around the time when you feel really indecisive, this is also going to be the time when you're going to have a really balanced force and harmony without you even realizing. This is all part of this picture where you get a clear focus, and it's bringing you the whole new perspective in at the same time. That is going to be a very important moment, because at the same time when you're indecisive, my gorgeous Aries, okay, you are going to also have a balanced and firm harmony that you didn't have in a while. So without even realizing, you're going to be very powerful indeed. Just remember, very soon after, you will have an invitation, an opportunity that you will become aware of. It will arrive, okay? It will arise, you know. An invitation, opportunity will soon arise. That moment is going to be very important, because it's going to be connected to an advancement, your happiness, a certain request, challenging situation indeed, but it's to do with a proposal and proposition at the same time. That in itself is going to start a progress, and that in itself is going to be very important, because that particular situation is going to make you to make a little readjustment around your life. The readjustment that you're going to make, it's going to create a new path. It's going to start up a new path. That new path that you're going to start is going to bring this new person in. So one step at a time, my gorgeous Aries. You're not going to meet the love of your life this month, but this month is going to be highly important, because this change that you're going to have, this opportunity that you're going to have, it's going to put you in touch with that wonderful, wonderful person who is about to walk into your life indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Aries, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you, my gorgeous people. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Aries. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Love you all. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you, Aries. Bye.